Hello, guys, and welcome to Game 3 between Balrogs and Lava. Many did not believe we would get to this point, but Balrogs made it through. However, Lava, after a really difficult loss in Game 1, they recomposed themselves and they're looking better than ever. Let's see what this next game brings us in terms of their playstyle. I'm really excited to see the opening picks, honestly. It seems like this patch, that's kind of what decides everything.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it looks like Lava is first pick rating for the third time in a row. So
okay, so they
here comes the Mars first pick again.
Do you think if you're Balrogs, you even consider banning it, or you just let it through and just counter it again?
It's interesting to see what they think the problem would be. Last time they banned DP, right? They really don't want to play against this DP hero. Alright, so Lava changed something. Last time, what did they ban instead of this Hoodwink hero? They didn't ban this hero.
I think it was SD, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, so there's going to be this DP SD meme, right?
Oh.
Where let's see if they want to give it or they want to play against it.
10 seconds.
Lava can also first pick SD if they want to, but I don't think that doesn't look very good.
5 seconds remaining.
Lelis, I think we're going to see the coddle for Balrogs again.
Oh yeah, that's true. That hero was banned too, right?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh no, indeed.
they're gonna dig their own grave with this hero.
Maybe they can play it mid and do like mini and check a replay in the middle of the game.
I mean, I'd rather have it mid than have it support.
Really? That's how much you hate the coddle support? Wow.
Man, I feel like the hero's just way too hard to use. If you're not like used to using the hero well, it's just too hard. Okay, same thing. Mars first pick for the third time. Frank is gonna play Mars for the third game in a row.
I rest my point on their drafts being very telegraphed. I rest my point here, but
yeah,
it did work out pretty well. Second game, I think. I really feel like Balrogs, like, they are playing much better than I expected. Now, considering they have a standing on top of it all, it's kind of scary for Lava. Like, they might think they're the best players, but I feel like there's a pretty decent chance of Balrogs just taking it if they get a draft like Game 1, because that was definitely a really good advantage that they got through the draft.
that was looking good though, to be honest. Like, that was playing a really solid game.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel like he's a stand-in at all.
No, yeah, but I mean, still, like, it's a lot of variance, right? You can have a standing look really good, really bad. It doesn't say anything about the player. Sometimes it's how the hero pool will adapt to the team and all that. And there's
you
0-4
guys both
on
mentioned-
Balrogs too, so they
God damn it.
like there you go.
We knew that was going to happen. Oh, Lelis, they hate you. They
Oh, no.
absolutely despise you.
All right.
Well, I know what team you're going to go for, Lelis.
Well, they're doing this. I mean, I feel like this opener is not that strong because you can't flex as tiny now, right? I mean, you can,
Yep.
but it's gonna be a core probably. 'Cause I don't think you want to run Coddle 5.
Yeah,
I mean, some teams in Europe do, but man, running a Coddle 5 that just sounds hard. Sounds really hard.
There's the Mars Phoenix again, which worked really well for them last game, so fair enough. Bowie, do you think they need to pick a counter to the Phoenix this time, though?
I think it depends on the win condition they're gonna go for, because once again they have overall last pick on Balrogs, but they decided to like they did actually pick that anti-mage fourth. I think because they didn't go for the carry there and actually banned some of the heroes. It kind of put them in a position where they had overall last pick, but still their last pick felt pretty bad because the PA kind of trumps the Luna. So if they want to kind of delay the game and play something that doesn't play on a timer, then yeah, I think you have to counter Phoenix. It's one of those supports that just scale way too much. But if they're gonna go for some sort of death ball like they did that time, I don't think they care too much.
We'll see what they go for. I am curious because with this Coddle Tiny, I am thinking about what would the strategy be, right? I don't think you can deathball with it. Well, I mean, the thing that we've always talked about here, Lelis, is that the Coddle's hard to play because they really haven't used the recall shard, right? The last games that we saw, it wasn't really the shard.
Yeah, people don't abuse that spell enough.
Yeah, only Nigma does, actually. Nigma played a really good game against Gaming Gladiators with Coddle, and they kind of showed how Coddle is supposed to be played with the shard.
Yeah, I mean, Coddle in theory should be decent against Phoenix. Phoenix has like no catch, only a team fight hero that has to do the objective things, and Coddle can just defend while he can recall some hero when people TP back, right? And they can just split push the map. In theory, it should be good, but it's just easier said than done. Most people don't even think about a hero, about the recall. People just, I mean, this spell has been changed so many times. Like Chen gets it, and then it goes back to Coddle, and it's Ice just keeps changing the spell all the time. It kind of just hurts a lot.
Right, if you're like a spammer of the hero, because you never get, you have to constantly change your playstyle, right?
Yeah, people also just forget that this hero just has recall, honestly. People honestly just forget, because it gets changed all the time.
I mean, that said, I think I like this, even if Tiny's core, especially if Tiny is mid, which, you know, knowing Balrogs, I think that's going to be the case. I actually like Coddle Tiny because you're going to be relying on that magic damage, and Coddle, you do have that magic damage reduction. Very low cooldowns on the Tiny overall, so Chakra Magic actually synergizes pretty well. I think that could allow the Tiny to not feel so flat in the late game as we felt in game 2. You know, he was like 14 and 4 or something on Robo Z, but still, it didn't really feel like he could do much later on. The Coddle could maybe push him, you know, a little bit more towards the late game.
You know, Bowie, to your credit, there was a strategy that it's a strategy that LGD invented, which was the Tiny Scarith Mage, right? They would run Tiny Mage Scarith Mage, and that would be their ganking squad. And Coddle, you could argue, is like a poor man's Scarith Mage in that sense, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
in that sense, maybe you're onto something with a Solar Bind.
And they get the Willow.
Willow is for Yogi. We all know he's a Willow spammer as well. One of his best heroes.
Interesting pick. This hero is not very good against heroes that have non-targetable spells, right? Mars has Spear, he can just spear her through the W. Phoenix, all Phoenix's spells just affect Willow through the W too.
And they're gonna be the same lane.
Willow game.
Yeah, the lane specifically kinda scares me, because unless they're playing Coddle 5, which we agreed is not great, yeah, that Dark Willow will be very sad. It's not like the Undying that we saw in game 2, where they actually just own the lane versus Mars.
And this hero got nerfed last patch, right? They made the W have a fate time now. So
for what
and they
reason
nerfed
as well?
The shard, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they nerfed it. The hero was barely even picked, and then they nerfed it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that last patch has some really weird nerfs and buffs. Usually, honestly, it felt like someone was playing a bunch of pubs and decided to nerf the heroes they disliked in pubs more than watching competitive.
I think Syndren said it really well in their podcast. They said it felt like an AI made the patch changes. And honestly, like, in some cases, it felt really odd. Like, some of the changes they went for, like, is that really necessary? Where is this actually coming from? But
yeah, I heard it's some. I don't know from who I heard it, but I also heard that they also balance the game for pubs too. They don't only think about competitive. Like a lot of heroes are just pub heroes, and then they just kind of nerf a lot of the stuff that's just broken in pubs. And it's not only about the competitive scene. They also care about like the low MMR hero abusers, you know.
Really?
Apparently, I've heard that for somewhere. I'm not exactly sure who told me it, but I think it's true. A lot of these patches, like some heroes just feel like they're not even that good, and they just get nerfed. They just get changed, maybe because they have some toxic mechanic. Like I think the Willow shard was super toxic. It was good that got nerfed.
You mean the eggs or the shard?
The shard.
Yeah, the shard, like the bramble on the E.
What is the Viper pick for here? Is it just to destroy the Tiny in lane?
Yeah, I think they're assuming Tiny is middle, and I think it's a good assumption. They could obviously play carry, but then you're so sad against Phoenix as the game goes on. It's... I think this is a good move by Lava.
They're doing the same thing as last time, right? They're flexing the Viper and the Mars. Off lane and mid. Instead of picking Necro, they pick the Viper.
So the question now is offlane Tiny okay here? Can they run that instead?
I think a good team would make that move. I think that would be advisable.
Oh, wow, boy.
I mean, like, I'm sorry. When I say good team, I mean, like, LGD. If it was LGD playing on Balrogs, like, I'm pretty sure they play everything and they would do that. not everyone is comfortable, you know. And it's not
Sure,
like
sure,
Tiny
Some
gets
teams are
totally...
trash, bro. Yeah, I get it.
Yes, that's what he said. Exactly what he
Yeah.
said.
But Balrogs should pick Terrorblade now. I think it's the best carry they're gonna get against Viper, and it's probably gonna free farm against Mars too. If there's a Mars Nyx lane.
Hmm.
The Illusion Heroes are really good against Viper. PL's already banned.
Oh,
They're gonna
so
try to
they
pick a different mid lane.
will flex Tiny then. Either
Bowie
2-3
there.
or carry.
A good team. Tavo is coming from a great team.
Dude, I was talking about offlane specifically. Like, obviously the carry Tiny is totally normal. The offlane Tiny is a little bit more rare. You know, I think Boo plays a lot of it, but not every
S4.
offlaner likes it. Yeah, S4.
Is the Lina good here, guys? Like, you have Phoenix and Viper, which I get, but Nyx and Mars, is that a problem for the Lina?
You have Mars. Like, even if you have Reach with the Lina, as long as Phoenix ults inside the arena, Lina doesn't necessarily deal with it.
Can she BKB and walk into the arena, or is that too dangerous?
Depends on how far ahead they are. The matchup is better though. I think it's good for the matchup.
Okay.
But I feel like this draft is very wonky. They do have overall last pick. Let's see if Lava can do the same thing they did in game 2, where they don't have last pick and still get the better win condition with their carry. I think Balrogs is gonna feel super sad because this Tiny, I think it's much better as a carry than offlane. But it would be like the lane could be really weird if they send it to offlane. If they play carry, it's really easy to just pick Terrorblade for Lava or some like carry that does well with Tiny, and Balrogs is gonna feel really sad with whatever it is they have to last pick.
But if they pick here like they pick a Terrorblade, for example, against the Tiny, then the Tiny counters him in the offlane, right? Because you have a bunch of magic damage.
It depends.
Like
but
not
yeah.
the lane itself, sorry, but like the playstyle, and as in, you go to the mid game and he gets.
IG carries are pretty weak versus Kotl and Tiny. It could be a hard lane, but you know it's Lava. I think Otaro can definitely survive the lane and just become this beast.
Do you agree with that, Laz?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they want to pick Terrorblade into Kotl. I think that matchup is kind of hard. Like, the early game is way too annoying, the lane. They wanted a hero like PA, probably, but that got banned, because PA can jump the Lina and the Kotl. If Spectre was meta, they could maybe pick it, but...
Don't
Balrog's
suggest
draft just looks very awkward. Like, they pick this Lina because they want to have lane option against the Viper, right? That's the main reason why they pick it, because they want to be able to lane mid with the hero to not get crushed. But now it just puts like the supports in an awkward spot, right? Let's say you have support Kotl and Willow. There's not really a hero to play with the Lina, right? Like on these runes and stuff. It just looks kind of awkward. Like they really don't have a hero to go in. Like this Tiny. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna be better off with putting the Tiny support, but I guess this Kotl can't really go anywhere else because they already have a mid hero.
10 seconds remaining.
That was really rough because Lifestealer also now gives them a free lane for Lava. I mean, Tiny and Keeper do nothing against him. Only Illusion heroes left in the pool now are Terrorblade and CK.
You may now.
Okay. Interested by this. He's good against Mars.
So is this gonna be Tiny?
No.
Yeah, for Tavo. Okay.
Alright, Bowie. So that means that Balrogs and LGD are as good as each other.
Yes, they are equally good. I think that's the only way their draft works, and even then, I'm not that convinced, honestly. I feel like Lava, they're playing their bread and butter. They have this Mars Phoenix, they're confident with it. They ran it, you know, the Mars first phase 3 times. But there's a chance for Balrogs. I think this Lifestealer hero, he's kind of weird. He doesn't scale really well. If this game goes late enough, I could see this Juggernaut just destroying, because Viper doesn't scale super well. Lina Jug feels stronger late game than Viper Lifestealer, in my opinion.
Bloodless?
I think a lot of this game is gonna have to do with this Viper lane. If this Jug just gets crushed in the lane, I think the game's gonna be really hard for Balrogs. But they'll probably have to chain feed off this guy. They're gonna have to like just kill the Viper once, twice, 3 times or something, or maybe Jug. It just depends a lot. These Viper lanes, they can swing each side really hard. And Viper's a tempo hero, right? And if this hero doesn't really have a good start, that might just be useless in the game.
Yeah, that happened with Wolf Team versus Dreamers yesterday. HFN was playing Jug, and he survived the lane and they won in 25 minutes. So if the Viper gets a couple of kills, he can kind of snowball. When Viper goes even in lane, these heroes trash. And they actually flexed Leo Styles Mars. That it's been a while since they've done that. I am very glad that they did. But this Viper off lane can go both ways. We'll see what happens.
As we move
That's
it
a game
over.
they have to win fast. I think they're on a timer for Lava.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, as Bowie said, as we move it over to our casters, Avo and Rayuur. Thank you, Avo. That Bowie guy really likes to talk, huh? Anyway, we have a game 3 here, Rayuur. As we go into the game, Rayuur, tell me what you think of the drafts. Are you agreeing with our panel here?
Yeah. I agree 100% with Lelis. I think this Viper lane can swing really much, and but overall, I think Balrogs has plenty ways to deal against the Zag, and Jurg is really good against Lifestealer also. So I don't know what's the win condition here, but it seems like Balrogs has problems with stuns. They have problems with making sure someone doesn't move at all. Like, they don't have someone to do the front line also. I don't think Tiny is a good front liner. And the drafty seems kind of squishy. Like, they have Karo, they have Lina, heroes that if they got jumped, they just got bursted really hard. Lina doesn't have a good time playing with these heroes that have too many jumps, like Phoenix, and you have Pomp, Lifestealer, you have Nyx that is really good against Lina and Karo. It depends so much on the lane phase. Depends so much on the lane phase this game for the both teams. Like, if Balrogs manage to survive the lane, they can maybe win the game. If Lava make sure they win the lanes, I think they got the game.
I want to ask you, from your perspective as a player, right? How does it feel to play the lanes like the Jug Viper? Because Lelis mentioned this, and I'll just explain a little bit. The idea that, like, this lane can go either way, but it swings very heavily either way. Because the only way Jug can really recover this lane is by being aggressive against Viper, right? So, is this a very stressful lane to have to play? Like, you feel like you can't make any mistakes and you have to, like, really play aggressively? Or is it exciting?
From both sides, you have, like, always watch your moves, because if you make 1 or 2 mistakes, you can just lose the lane and the lane is unplayable. Like, if Viper manages to die at the beginning of the lane, then Jugger gets the boots, and level 3, the lane is almost over. But if Viper kills Jugger by somehow, Jugger can't lane anymore.
Yeah.
It depends so much on player skill base and small decisions that impact the lane really hard.
And is that something that you don't like playing?
Yeah. This kind of lanes that put you on a stress situation, it's hard to deal. Like, when you play mid lane Amber against a Monkey, like, if you make one mistake, you're dead. Then the lane is over. It's hard to play on these lanes, because every small decision counts. Every last hit, every aggro pull on the lane, you need to really think what you're going to do. But it seems like Viper's going bottom. They're swapping the lane.
Yes. That's exactly why I was asking you, Rayuur. What a great transition you did there, because that's what they want to do. They don't want the stressful lane, and instead they're going to run Viper versus Tiny, which is a really easy lane for Viper. Little Tiny can do against this.
Yeah, it's safer. Tiny will have a bad time in the lane, but I think Karo can just make sure he's not destroying the lane just by pushing the lane with the Illuminate. And Nyx just harassing.
I mean, I think the Nyx does make it a little bit difficult for Cuddle. Yep. There we go.
Oh
Welcome
my God,
to playing against Viper as a melee hero. Davo is getting poisoned to death. And fortunately, that's going to be first blood given to the Viper. The tempo lane already working well. Is it in... is it okay for Balrogs, or would it be in their best interest for them to do the lane swapping? Oh,
yeah, they just swapped the lane. Jugger just TP bottom, but I mean, Viper just TP top. It's fine. If they do not want to deal with this lane, Viper can just TP top, and it's on the just TP top. Like, the lane is unplayable for Tiny right now. He can't do anything. The lane is pushed. Phoenix is not going to allow Dark Willow to pull. I don't know about this TP. Like, you can't swap the lanes like that. You'll never win the lane inversion. How is that again? No. I have mana on Viper. Yeah, Tao is not having a good time this game.
He is
Tough
gonna. I mean, what lane is even good for him? Honestly, even if he went against the lifestealer, I don't think that lane is easy for him either. So the tiny offlane just kind of seems to be a sacked pick. How do you play
Yeah.
when you're this? When you have such a difficult pick to play? What's the
It's what
strategy?
Lelis said on the draft. You can't. I don't think it's a good choice to open the draft with the 0. There's too many ways to counter it. And
Yes.
he's dead again.
Oh no!
It's not dead. Just taking a lot of damage. There's too many ways to counter the 0. You need to be careful when you pick him. I think they're learning a lesson on this game. And the last game too.
Okay, but
we
in
need
case
to
of
be-
Tabo though, you're the player, right? You're not the drafter. You already picked it. You're screwed. You want to punch your drafter, but you can't. So what do? What's the option for Tabo? How do you play this?
Man, I would cry. I would cry. Like, what he can do is what he's doing right now. The support just pulls for him. He tries to find farm safe. He rushes boots. He needs to have boots, and he just tries to not get 3 stacks on poison and not feed. But it's a tough situation. One single mistake, one single misclick, he just died.
That seems really difficult, but I think that's would be Tabo's prerogative. Does the build change, or do you just rush Blink as soon as possible? Is that still the build here for Tabo?
I don't think there's much options. There's too much options to play as Tiny if not rushing Blink. Like, you can go for Echo Server, Echo obviously, but you need more. You need how to jump people. Like, he needs Dagger. You can't play without Dagger.
What do you think of the Bracer pickup here for the Tiny? By the way,
He needs brown boots. I don't think it's good. he needs to get brown boots, then Windlace.
okay. Tabo with 12 lasses though, you know, could be worse. The Jug is 15 at least. Berna will have a decent game. Is this okay? Can Balrogs still recover this even despite the Tiny? Can the Jug and the Lina make up for this? Because they do have good lanes, both of them.
You kind of don't want to open space for offlaner. You want the offlaner to open space for you.
Sure.
They can hold the game out, pretty sure, but it's not the ideal situation. You want the Tiny to just walk into people and try to kill people for you.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Roboteta.
On the mid,
Nice by Carpus there, by Moose. Or maybe a mistake of the Light Striker right there. They have a spear. He's 100% dead. ZXCA coming mid. What? Guys, I'm here. I'm gonna blast the wave, guys. I helped you so much. Coddle. Jesus. The 2 opening picks
Auto
for
gameplay.
Balrogs are screwing them so much, man. It's kind of ridiculous. We talked about the space making, by the way. You say that mid doesn't want to make space for the offlane, which makes sense, right? But you also don't have a kill squad unless mid, top lane, they're actually gonna get a kill on Viper. Tabo will die as a result, so almost like Yogi. At least they kill Viper before they die, so no free experience for them. But my question is this the kind of game where Lina might not want to go for travel and go for a faster build so you can actually have a gank squad with her? Or do you still go for the same build and try to cut lanes instead?
let me think. It's good to have travels, but on this game you have Nyx to deal with travel. I think going Eul's first item is a good choice. Then if she snowballs and get 2 or 3 kills with Eul's, she goes for travel.
Nope.
But here's a Laguna.
Yeah, and here's a dead Phoenix. And Leo, he can't deal with
the
a Coddle.
dodge.
He's forced to use the arena, regardless of the dodge. But yeah, that was a very good dodge. I mean, Leo is a puck player, you know. He still has to dodge spells as Mars. That's the playstyle he likes.
As a beast.
Really is.
And they
Still
just-
considered one of the
they-
best mid laners in SA.
They just swap lanes again. Viper just died in TP top, then Jugger TP top.
Jug is like, please let me lane against Frag. I can beat him. But Dabo, unfortunately, also does not have a good lane against Lifestealer, as we explained, and Connell does nothing against Lifestealer, so it's also a free lane for Kotaro, no matter what happens.
And Lin is going for Travels, first item.
I like your Yule's build, but he did get a kill on Phoenix, right? So that might have conditioned him to go for the Travels.
It helps a lot.
He's only 800 gold away. He just stacked the camp as well. Efficient farming here, but Roboteta can't stray too far away from mid. Another great Spike Carpus here by Moose. ZXCA was hoping the Spike Carpus would end, but unfortunately it did not, so he hits himself with a full Illuminate. But they'll both be able to at least leave in time. Bottom lane though, Dabo. He just wants to get the Lifestealer off him, but Lifestealer, it's like a rabid dog, just biting on. Dabo is trying to run away, and in the end it's going to be the Infest use, just to maybe reset this. Dabo, you better leave, man. Lifestealer's going to be full HP when he comes out. That's exactly what he does. Kotaro, arming the creep wave, keeping the catapult alive as well, putting a lot of pressure in this lane. Moose has finally rotated. Dabo, oh my guy, you overstayed your welcome. It's time to leave, but it seems like instead of leaving with a TP, oh, maybe not. Dabo, with the help. There's a toss. The Sunray used as well. And the help from Roboteta. Another kill on the Phoenix. I'm the only fire wielder this game, said Roboteta, as he murders the Phoenix in cold blood a second time and moves into similar trouble. They actually give the kill to Roboteta. That's Boots of Travel completed. And Dabo is alive. Clap indeed. That was a great point.
That's a problem of the lava draft. Like they don't have the reliable stuns.
Nope.
And the banner just got solo.
Yeah, Leo style did just fight against 60 Yogi though, and they use an arena for this. Haste, like Perseus, he moves through this labyrinth trying to kill the monster. Will he succeed? He will. No need for the second spear even.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So that's total kill up top. How much does that matter, Mr. Rayuur? Is that huge, and does that stop the Juggernaut enough? Does that allow Viper to snowball now?
I mean, it helps. It forces Viper to have a better lane and press a tower, but it's not enough. She needs more kills. They can burst this guy? No.
Oh. I use the Impale. Impale misses. Berna has the Omni Slash. Come on. At some point, maybe the Illuminate is just not that worth it. With the Nyxes running around. No point to Solar Bind though. Berna, again, still has Omni Slash available. Late Fury in 2 seconds. 1 more second. Frank has been hit by the Cursed Crown, but Berna realizes if he goes any further, he will die.
He needs to go to jungle.
Oh, you got Possessed Mask as well.
And the lane is on this kind of situations, you just need to go jungle. Just leave the lane, go farm the jungle.
Yep. I like that. Do you think that... When is the power spike here for the Lifestealer? Are they going to play around his Armlet, or do you think they wait for Armlet plus 1 item?
I think they just need to wait to Armlet. It's okay. They have Bomb, they have Arena. Make sure people just don't run from Lifestealer. But they still lack stuns on top.
Yeah, Yogi dies. Once again, what Ellis talked about, they have too much area damage, but Viper gets hit by a full Omni Slash. The revenge of the Juggernaut is here. Solar Bind. Oh my god, Moose!
Oh!
Oof. That Roach just got exterminated. And Balrogs, that point in the Solar Bind, I think that's a really clever choice, actually, by ZXCA.
Yeah, this spell is broken right now. It's too much magical resistance reduction.
I agree, man.
60%
I mean, early,
at level 1.
Early, it doesn't seem that great, but when you're up against a Nyx, right? Why max the Illuminate when he's just gonna blast it back to you?
No team are pushing towers. Both teams are just chilling, waiting farm.
Lava with a little bit of a lead, but this has allowed the Lina to go for a greedier build, and it's working out for her, right? Because her BKB will be done in time. ZXCA does get caught here by Frank, and of course, the Nyx assassin nearby. See that Alice laughed to make sure that they know.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And that's going to be the tower being pushed mid. Mars still not close to his Blink Dagger, though. And he really needs some farm on this Mars.
Radiant structures are
Berna in the top lane. Kotaro wants to play us aggressively. Bye-bye Courier. And maybe bye-bye Berna. As even with a healing war, I know that's going to be enough. Kotaro has the rage. They do use the Solar Bind now onto the Phoenix. Once again, Lina has one target and one target only. And his name is Katyu. Goodbye. And Kotaro actually walks in the brambles. But he has a rage in 7 seconds. They hit the stun. Perfect job here by Robofeta. And Robofeta having the impact of 3 people. He's making up for the weakness of the Tiny. And he's actually making space for Tabo to recover, who almost has his Blink Dagger.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is under
he's carrying the game. Playing really well. He's everywhere on the map. Knows what he's doing. Guessing the spells right. The travels just come really earlier on the game. 8 minutes in. Just took the tower. Oh, one hit. Oh, the spear.
Yep. Sexy Yogi is going to be killed off. This Willow is not really having an easy game, but we already mentioned why in the draft. I don't think that's funny.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What about, can he play on this tiny Blink Dagger now that he's acquired it? Is this going to be enough to use smoke on it?
Yeah. Need to smoke with Lina, maybe, and just kill someone. I think they need to go for Mars, maybe. I think it's hard to kill F-Stealer because of the rage.
You don't
Unless
want to
they...
wait for the BKB on Lina?
It's okay to go. Like, just for a pick-off. Not a fight. You can wait the BKB, but
Is under attack.
I think they can do the play without the Lina. Just smoke Kotto and Tiny alone. Yeah, he's smoking with Lina. He need the damage.
Yeah, and the Kotto will help out with that Solar Bind.
Are scared.
As we were mentioning, he's like a poor man's Skyreth Mage. We're almost LGD strat. Oh no. Sexy Yogi. Level 5, still this Willow. Ah! She got the fade off in time. Nyx, it's time to die. Oh no, Phoenix, of course. Of course, Phoenix has to die first. Roboceta has eyes only for this Phoenix. And they cancel his TP, they will! Nice use of the Terrorize there. Just got level 6 on Yogi thanks to that kill on Phoenix. And they get a double kill for Tabo, a little bit more recovery for my little Pebble. Berna also got Maelstrom.
Tava's doing really well besides the lane that he had.
Yeah. Why so?
Dagger-
What's he doing well here?
I think the Q that he gets on the Viper on the lane really changed everything. Like, he kills Viper TPs in, he just TP top and swap the lane. This was a really good opportunity that he see, and he managed to kill Viper, and this changes everything. Like, we are just expecting Tiny to have the worst game of his life, and he has Dagger 14 minutes. It's okay.
Yeah. For an offlane Tiny especially, it's pretty good.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The Jug, though,
Wanna
has been
defend
struggling
top?
to recover. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
The bait.
Tested first. What a bait, Sexy Yogi. That's embarrassing. Just go in the trees. No, hide in the trees. Out of shame. Sexy Yogi. That's not the real one either. Yeah, I think he'll know. But he's going to scout him. Sexy Yogi could die here. Run from the illusion, Sexy Yogi. These illusions have got your number. But here comes Frank as well. This is the real one, Sexy Yogi. He has the Atos. They have another Toxin at least. Blinding Light. That's going to cover Sexy Yogi's retreat. Nope. They have an arena for both supports. All stuck in. A second Bedlam. That's going to be a dead Willow in a matter of seconds. And Lava. They are not going to leave any prisoners here.
Nice play by Lava. Viper just scouting Dark Willow with the illusion as a clutch play. Managed to get 2 kills. I mean, 2 kills on support, but the fact that they are playing so straightforward with 2 aggressive wards and making sure they don't farm the jungle is a pretty big deal for me. I mean, Jug is farming bottom, but I think the way they are pressing in the map, it's really smart. Maybe it's time to Nyx to just TP bottom and make sure to anticipate this Jugger. He dies pretty easily with Mars.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lina has BKB, they just smoke.
And they're going to try to force a small fight, if anything. They're going for Roche, though. Lava. I mean, I know you're Radiant, but... I mean, Nyx is going to cover this Roche for now. Solar Bind, they should guess. They should guess this is happening. They set up the Illuminate, they're double lighting light, they send Mars back. He doesn't have the arena yet. Leostel's dead. Are we seeing an SA Roche? The classic SA Roche? Is it happening? Lava? Throwing near the spit? There's the BKB used by Ramopeta. His only objective is the Phoenix. Once again, goodbye to the egg. Tabo comes in, but Tabo doesn't quite get the toss off. Trying to go for the Nyx instead. Omni/Use. They want the pig. Can they get him? The Bramble Maze ensures this pig gets stuck, as the jug chases Mars out of the arena. Solar Bind destroys him. That's going to be a dieback for Leo. All the advantage from the early game gone. And one single Roche attempt. And Nyx is still kind of scouting them. They don't have vision of him just yet, so Nyx should be able to survive. Balrogs decided to finish off this Roche. It's quite low. Moose is the only one that can save this. They have a sentry. They do nearby-ish. Moose doesn't want to get caught just yet. And that's going to be the Roche being taken now by Balrogs. Why did they Roche Rayuur? Explain it to me, my friend.
They had no vision. I don't know why. Maybe they're too confident because they have DD on Life Stealer. But this is not enough. They need more damage. They need more things. They have no arena too. That's a big deal. Like, they had no egg. Actually, they had egg. They used the egg, but Mars just died. They have no arena, so it's not a big deal. Lina just breaks in and kill Phoenix. I think they were too confident because of their DD, and was not a good decision at all.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Lane is huge.
Yep. Roboheta's the real win condition in this game. What do you think of his Blink Dagger though, as opposed to going for like Daedalus or typical carry-ish Lina?
I think the dagger is to make sure he breaks the Phoenix egg every time.
Okay.
Every single time, but I'm not a big fan of going dagger on Lina. I think if you go for damage now, like Crystallis, Shadow Blade, or maybe Dragonlance into Scotty, it's good, but I respect the decision. It's different, and I like to see different stuff going on Dota.
Yeah, it's true. When we get similar patches all the time, it's nice to at least see people innovating in these patches. That's why South America is wonderful to watch if you watch all the other regions, because they don't care. They don't watch it. They just do whatever they want.
Bottom?
Berna. He has a Blade Fury. Okay, maybe he should have been Omni-Slash, but unfortunately Omni-Slash was on cooldown, so not much of a chance. They find the Nyx Assassin as a counter kill, but they already lost their carry. Berna having a tougher game, but he has managed to recover slightly, as he's now managing to get that Sanjin Yasha. Is he going to outscale the Lifestealer eventually?
On the 1v1 situation, Lifestealer can't trade hits with Jugger if he Omnis first, obviously, but I think if Lava manages to have a fight with Lifestealer right-clicking someone, they can win the fight. Just Phoenix Egg and Lifestealer right-clicking someone.
But
I think Jugger has a problem with that. Like, he needs to decide, or he breaks the egg along with Lina, or he tries to deal with Lifestealer.
Do you think that the Lina will not be able to break the egg once it goes like late enough? It's going to be much harder for her to get in and destroy it? Is that why you say that? Like, you think Juggle will have to help her?
Yeah, it's the better situation. Two cores just hitting the egg really fast, but I'm thinking if Mars just managed to get Lina on the arena, like if Mars gets a good engage and jumps on Lina, they will have a problem to get the egg. Now Jugger needs to make the decision, you know.
There's the Lina TP, by the way. They go inside Moose. Moose does no spike Corpus. They caught him. They bite a Moose, and inside he has a little present for you by the name of Kotaro Hayama. He's feared. He's been bedlam, and he's gonna be killed. This is a
excellent
Willow spammer. Willow spammer, my friend. Master tier Willow with Master tier Kotaro.
Everyone in this game is master. Damn, these guys are playing Dota every time.
Yeah, what? How many games do you play a day, Rayuur?
I don't know, man. Not enough. I need to play more.
Yeah?
Maybe okay. six games a day.
Wow. He says he needs to play more. I mean, he's right, actually. I think all these pros play like easily 12 games a day.
I can't play 12 games a day anymore. It's too much, bro.
Yeah,
It's too much. I need to live my life.
Well, how old are you again?
23.
Wow, imagine, guys. Imagine me, I'm 25, guys. When you're 25, 2 games and my hands hurt. I'm an old man. I got arthritis already. It's not possible anymore.
Old man casting.
Yeah. Old man cast. That's why I can't play, right? So I cast instead. That's the true trick. That's what they say in Peru. And you don't have high enough MMR, you become a caster instead. Balrogs, we're gonna take a tower down bottom, good tier 2, and it's time for them to outpost as well. What are the plays here for level Rayuur? Because yes, you don't play as much. Well, you play a fair amount, but you don't play as much. But you still have the mind of a youngster. What will you do if you're lava? What will be your plays here?
They need to wait the eggs to run out and jump Lina. If they manage to kill Lina at the beginning of the fight with Arena, they can win the fight. If Lina press BKB, the fight is almost over. Lina is too strong. They need to deal with Lina. She's a problem. They have many ways to approach Lina. Like they have stun on the Nyx, the carapace for Nyx too. If Lina casts a spell, you have Arena, Spear. They need to kill Lina to fight.
Yep.
Like it's okay if they kill Jugger, but it's not the best scenario.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So they can deal with Jugger generally. They just need to be able to deal with Lina, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Too much
there
damage, too much move speed.
Any items here that would facilitate that? We're almost getting BKB on Leo's down. Like any big pickup or maybe unorthodox item that you'd like to point out that they could pick up to kill Lina?
Maybe Basher on Lifestealer, but Lifestealer is going BKB. Needs BKB to play the game.
Yeah.
This Lifestealer game, when you have to go BKB, when I have to go BKB sooner, it's kind of sad. Like you have a BKB from the hero itself, that's a rage. So it's sad when you need to go BKB, otherwise you can't play the game. You need the rage and you need the BKB.
That does feel really bad, especially when you have to buy it this early, right? Because usually BKB on Lifestealer is
it's
like
too early.
4th. Yeah, it's 4th, 5th item.
5, 6 item.
Yeah. It's not a meme though, guys. Like it's really not like a bad BKB game. He has to do it, but it's just sad to have to see it because obviously Lifestealer doesn't want to do that ever.
Oh, both teams are smoking.
Yeah, but Kotaro is like baiting. It seems like nobody has the BKB. Kotaro is definitely
Jugger's
not
baiting
what they
too.
want to go for. Oh, it's true. Both carries are really baiting here. Oh, Avalanche. They go for the Phoenix first, but that takes the BKB. Beautiful terrorized by Phoenix. No more Supernova. And the rage has been wasted. Luckily, he does have BKB, so he should still be fine. However, they caught a Viper who doesn't have a BKB and is going to be just eaten for breakfast. A TP
You see
here from
the
the column.
dagger. Oh,
Yep, and then finds moves as well. Spike Carp is not going to save him here. I see the dagger.
We just see dagger from Lina just paying off. He just jump along with Tiny and kill Phoenix.
And he still has Daedalus, Rayuur. This is a ridiculous amount of farm. 24 minutes, man.
He's no balling. That's 50 kills. Carrying the game.
Literally, yeah. That's what a mid laner can do when you give him a solid lane like this. People say mid lane doesn't
You also
matter,
have
but...
Kato. You also have Kato who
True.
boosts you with mana. Helps a lot. Like, she doesn't TP to base to recover mana. It's a pretty big deal for Lina. On top. Oh, he wants to kill.
He does one Leo style.
style?
Leo style. Oh, Robert, that missed. He's just gonna attack the creeps instead. Leo style's like, thank God I get to go back home and even cut another wave here. There is one catapult though that Leo style has to deal with if they really want to cut the wave. This catapult's gonna beat the enemy catapult. Can we get a showdown between catapults right now in the top lane, cameraman, please?
The best 1v1 this century.
Look at this! Oh, the Radiant Catapult! It's about to beat him! No! The last hit! Versus, thank you so much, cameraman. Unfortunately, the Radiant Catapult gets ganked now by the creeps, and he's going to die. So Balrogs now has to push this lane with the creeps instead. Okay, well.
Oh, they're jumping on lane. It's illusion!
That's the desperation, though. Like, you see a Lina, you go, an opportunity, you know, like you just have to take it.
Man, they need to kill this Lina. She's going Scotty. I think she needs to go Satanic. I think Scotty is good on this timing. Every time the game is like 25 to 30 minutes of the game and you want to go Scotty or Satanic, if you don't have an enemy hero that relies on regen, just go Satanic and don't die on the fight. So go Satanic, man up, kill everyone, and don't die.
You already have enough damage, right? So a lot of the stats on Scotty are not really that needed for Robofeta.
Yeah. If they have like a Wisp with Gyro, I agree, you need Scotty.
Right, sure.
But it's not the case, just go Satanic. Way better.
Scotty is good against Lifestealer though, to be honest, so there's that, right? Obviously, goes
Yeah,
against
but
Rage.
he already have the Daedalus, it's too much damage. Like, if he just right-click left shield on the fight, he's dead. Instant dead.
You think, now that you've casted a fair amount of games for you, and you get to see both sides, do you think it's easier to make these calls now when you're a caster? Like, when you're a player, you see much more doubt when you're making these builds, and as a caster, like, it's very clear which one it is that you have to go for?
There's a big difference on casting the game and playing the game, but when you have too much confidence on what you're doing, and when you used to play your draft with your team and practice the strategies, you just know what you're doing. Like, you can see these situations in game. You just call your team like, guys, I'm going to do this, we kill this guy, it doesn't matter, and just trust me. And your team's like, okay, we trust you, let's do this.
Right. So the amount of experience you have leads you to almost having the same information we have as observers, right? Like, you just have that much confidence that you don't doubt yourself anymore, because you've played it a million times, right?
There's times that you see yourself on a position that you don't know what to do, or you're not confident on what you should do, but that's why you need your team. When you don't know what to do, your team gives you enough information so you can bring up stuff. Like, I don't know what to do, your team says something and you're like, okay, let's do this.
Right. Yeah. Teams are worth for so many things, guys. They're so useful. The Willow will just tank this gank as the Aegis goes the way of Berna. ZXCA want to bait a little bit in the poison. Yep, guys, it deals damage. Okay, I tried it. Let's go back. By the way, ZXCA went for Orchid on the Kono. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. it's new. I see people going Veil, maybe Dagger. People get the shard to recall. As Leather said, people forget Zero has a recall.
Yeah, in South America they don't build it.
They just give the shard for him. Okay, they remember.
Okay. I remember. Moose just forgot that Jug has the Blade Fury with shard, but with a spear back. What is this pause?
Okay.
Puppy pause?
He's dead? No, he's not
Question
dead.
mark?
They don't have life shield to kill him.
Yeah, he has the Aegis, so he's fine. But
Juggernaut have Scotty. I didn't see that. Just go Satanic Lina, please.
Check it with the admin. Okay, no, you checked.
Look at the TP from Sexy Yogi. If he manages to get this bad lamb on Life Shieler, the game is over.
If Kotaro tries to TP without Rage, for example, you think that you can just cancel TP and it's over? Yeah.
Already prepared. It's a nice move. When you want to anticipate this kind of situations, you need to be really fast. Like, he just started to hit the tower and he's already TPing. You want to do something.
It is a rough position to be in, though, of your lava, because, like, if Kotaro TPs, as you said, like, if you Rage TP, you go into the fight without Rage. And if you don't Rage TP, then there's a chance that they can cancel you. They don't see the Willow TPing, obviously.
Doesn't have Rage, but he has BKB. If it's so necessary to TP and fight, TP in front of the fight, to just fight, he can just press the BKB, but it's not the ideal scenario. They want to kill this Life Stealer. I already see pings from the Willow.
I wonder what the. What do you say during pauses like these when you're about to fight? Do you strategize, or you can admit it now?
Yeah, you can always theory craft what you want to do or what you need, but I don't know. The games give us to us. Oh, he just lost the Aegis?
Yeah, that was a free. They just melted, dude. That was so much damage. Oh my god, Berna. Realizing even with SNY and Scotty, he melted. And Kotaro, though, is in trouble. He does manage to infest a creep. I'm gonna let him go. Lina doesn't quite get the skill. Robofeta. They TP here. And Balrogs seem to hold their own in the top lane. So they're gonna control the triangle and maybe go for it again. But they just lost Aegis for free.
Yeah, this is a big deal. Not having this Aegis to go high ground is going to delay the game so much. Lava has a good high ground defense. They have Viper, you have Mars, Phoenix. They need to be careful. They're smoking bottom. They want to kill Lina, maybe? It's too far away. Oh, she's going to farm middle. No, he's not. He knows there's something wrong. No one is showing up on the map. Spider sense.
Balrogs, though, is going to go for a smoke for themselves, and they seem to want to connect with Robofeta. Robofeta, who barely shows himself on the lane. Balrogs, though, we saw this in game 1. Careful with the high ground, guys. They activate that spirit form for Coddle. Life Stealer seems to be the first target. BKB used on the Tiny. He's going to survive for now. Omni Slash as well. Doesn't quite kill anyone. Berna lacking damage right now. Just a really big tank, but that team fight is not going to work in their favor as they just lose to Omni Slash.
They're so anxious, like, why not stay on the triangle and force them back? Why go all the way down to the only side of the map that you have no vision, you don't know where they are, and you go high ground? We see this a lot on this series.
Oh, Moose? They cover with it. That's a perfect stun. He has BKB, but not in time. They got the Lina. What you kept talking about that needed to happen, Rayuur, finally happened. Lina is dead.
Nice play. It's time to force a buyback. They force a buyback from Lina and they back.
Yes.
They reset the map and they smoke again. It's the win condition here. They have the egg, so I think it's a safe play.
And then Robota has way too much pressure after.
Life Stealer can just go slow siege.
Yep. I see this Berna. And slow down. Oh, the egg in the middle of this. Sexy Yogi might just die as a result. Blinding Light not going to save him. Supernova will complete. They can't break it. If Berna stays there, he 100% dies. There's the buyback from the Willow, though. Not the buyback they wanted. And Berna sees an opportunity to go. No Omni Slash on him. He's going to try to kill Moose, and he will succeed. The Coddle in trouble. God's Rebuke finishes him off. Berna, you're in the low ground, Berna. They caught him with the Atos. He has no more dispels. Berna's been slowing down with the poison attack. Tabo's coming to help him. And there's the safety toss. Not too far, but far enough. Lina's holding on to the buyback for dear life. She refuses to commit that buyback. As Kotaro, the slow siege continues. Berna can't do much. Just can literally Blade Fury and hope that Kotaro leaves. BKB.
Oh, he just bait the jump.
Yep. Tabo committed that BKB. Didn't work out. Kotaro, it manages to get away. And there's the pause as well. A little bit of lag going for Lava.
Lina holding this buyback, it's a really cold decision from Hobozi. He knows that if he buybacks, he put the game in danger, and he just holds. And the team is trying to survive the high ground. Nice decision from Balrogs.
Was the patience this time?
Yeah.
He
knows if he buys, they reset the map, and if he dies again, the game's over.
Yeah. And there's too much pressure to play under, right? So it's just not worth the tower. That buyback is not worth the tower. Really well done. I like as well that we're seeing kind of the evolution of the teams in this series, right? The first game, Lava's a bit too hasty, then they learned patience the second game. But Balrogs, they forced too much, they played too much with high grounds, and it seems like they're learning from every mistake they make, which is really cool to see in a best of 3. Most teams don't adapt to this quickly.
I think one of the advantages on this new format of DPC is the fact that every series counts too much, and every game it's like a an insane lesson. Like you learn too much, you know too much about the mistakes, and when you focus and you have a goal as a team, you know about this. It's what you said. You know about the mistakes, and you don't want to commit this in the next games. I think both teams are learning, but I think Balrogs need more more lessons about not going into the high ground. But it's like both teams are really improving in this series.
Yeah, I agree. It is nice, though. I must assume that when you play a single best of 3 a week, the pressure of that best of 3 must be so intense.
Yeah. When you play this series and when you have games really spread along the month, it's tough. When you lose a series like someone just died, it's really bad.
Right.
Because you just prepared so much time for play the series, and you just lost, and you need to wait more like 1 week or 5-6 days to play again. That's one of the things that I don't like this DPC. You need to wait too much to play the games as a player. And the smoke.
Suxi Yogi. Careful, Suxi Yogi. There's the BKB used by Leostal, and he comes in with a special surprise. A lifestealer
the
inside.
spear!
They catch the jug. It's beautiful. Berna is done for.
Oh
That
my
one will
god.
be able to BKB TP at least.
They're going to force this buyback.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I
This
don't think they can hold on
Vice,
to.
this Vice on Mars, really good this season.
Okay. Can they take Elena Rax off this if the buyback doesn't happen? Or even if the buyback happens, actually. Without the Kato, it's difficult to defend this, we'll see. We have A on this now, Rofeta. He knows how important his life is to this team. Rotado
Dire's middle barracks.
takes the Rax.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
And they're gonna go for another lane. Why not? They have Desolator. It's too fast to push.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
That's out.
Dire's bottom barracks has
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. These racks melt like they're made out of butter. And that's gonna be 2 racks down. Balrogs holding on to that buyback maybe this time. Oh, I mean, I guess you couldn't really defend without Kato anyway.
Yeah. Maybe they wait Russian. Lava just wait Russian. And go for the high ground. They can just slow siege with Aegis. It doesn't matter. I think if they get the Aegis, Balrogs need to do something really urgent, because they can deal with the high ground pressure with Rage. I think they're just going to chill and wait the Russian to spawn. Makes no sense to rush the game right now. Like, you just got 2 racks, just calm down, chill, get some farm, protect the ward like they are doing.
Oh, well, they found a free Willow, so they say, why not? Let's go for it. 70 seconds without Sexy Yogi. That is a big deal.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They're going high ground. They can just chill in with the Russian.
Oh, Kotaro doesn't know the meaning of that word, Rayuur. You can keep saying it, but he doesn't understand you.
The guy's a machine. Just go forward.
Yep. That said, I would hope that he doesn't do that, because even if it's the right play this game, Kotaro does this every game. And I would really like for that to be fixed for him, because it's been kind of the losing part of Kotaro's playstyle for so long. Kotaro's the only
And
carry in SA that everyone goes, he's so good, but, like, you don't need the butt. Stop diving high ground, dude. Oh, look at that. Doesn't give a shit. Why learn discipline when you could just hit towers?
They're back and they know Rush is up. You don't have to put the gamer in danger.
I would appreciate that, yeah. There we
Rush
go.
is up,
Roche is
guys. Let's go Russian. Play safe. You have Ags. Just getting the Ags here. Maybe Phoenix?
Yeah, why not? I can't see really that many good Ags this game, right? I'm a big fan of Lifestealer Eggs, but this game he doesn't really need it.
You don't want to go Russian? What's going on?
I don't know. Oh. What is going on?
I don't know.
Okay,
They're just
maybe the
buying
earlier
time
Roche?
for Balrogs. They're afraid
Bob?
of doing Rush, actually.
Yeah.
They think they are on the triangle, the Radiant side. They have 2 wards, really good wards. They are standing on the wards. They
And I
didn't know
see
it's
Lina.
safe now. Lina just showed me, though.
Which means this rush is going to fall in time. Balrogs not really doing... Balrogs was not aware this rush was happening, right? Or they didn't think they could fight this? What happened there?
It's too much on the line, too much pressure. They need to be careful. And they gave eggs to... Look at the eggs. Nyx. Nyx has the eggs.
Yeah. That's surprising. I guess it's probably the best egg, sir.
Good.
None of
Yeah.
the...
For the high ground, it's excellent.
That's true, that's true. Kotaro, okay, toss back. Nice silence. Kotaro, though, has the BKB, guys! And he's gonna be safe for now. Careful, though. Kotaro doesn't have rage when he comes back. That BKB ends. Kotaro just loses the H's. They almost took the racks as a result, so it's not entirely that bad. He still has the rage. He'll continue hitting these racks. There's the arena from Leo style. They're gonna catch Lina once again. Can they burst for in time? They do! Lina's down for the count. Nobody can break the egg. Buyback has been used by her now. As they do finally find this Nyx assassin, toss him from out of the ground like a turnip, and allow Balrogs to take at least 1 kill in this engagement, but they lost rats and they forced the buyback on Lina. Balrogs is now on their last leg. They need a good fight, and going up to the high ground like this might not be the fight they're looking for.
Again.
No, the high ground is the scariest part of the game. Lina's been hexed. She's been stunned again. The hex from Leo style carrying the game in the last second. This Mars impressive. Great cursed crown, but it's not going to matter. Even if Willow lives, Lina will die. Berna,
Berna.
in trouble. Scythe is
dead,
ready,
bro.
but they have no vision. There we go. Sentry's finally been dropped.
Oh,
Another
the
arena.
refresher.
They catch Berna. Berna is going to fall. A hexed up little piggy. This one is not going to go to the market. He's going to try to go back to base, but instead going to go to the grave.
Excellent play by Leo style. Carrying the fight. Good hacks, really good arena. Killing the 2 cores. GG's call.
Yep. Gonna take down this tier 4s as the GG is called from Balrogs, and yet another game escapes from their grasp. Lava will be taking this series.
Really clean game by Lava again. Smart decisions, they're playing safe, they just play on the mistakes that Balrogs are doing. The fights that they're picking. I mean, Balrogs was really close to finish the game, but I think this plays on going to the high ground really managed to put them into a hard decision. Lava is just showing up. They're a great team.
Yeah, I think their experience kind of showed towards the end. Leo style as well. After getting crushed in the early game, I was very surprised by his comeback.
Yeah, MVP for me.
Yeah, me too. That's like the Bice pickup was clutch. He knew what he had to do, which was catch the Lina, and that's exactly what he did.
The spear back on the jungle, the radiant jungle on the old post on the Jugger, excellent. Just arena him. I think he used the Vice then spear into arena. I don't remember,
He did.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how he stopped the BKB from the Lina every single time. Really impressive. 1 second. Rayuur, give me your last thoughts on the game, please. Tell me, what did you like about Lava besides their patience and Leo style?
I enjoy the fact that Kotaro had a early BKB because of the Orchid from Karo, and this BKB really showed off a couple of times that he was just not dying. He could go for a safe siege. I really like this decision. We do not see this BKB going earlier on this carry often, and they managed to come back with this Viper.
Yeah.
Viper's not having a good time, and the Viper strike on fights, just making sure a core doesn't move, was making some difference.
Yeah.
But overall, I think the game was on. I started to scare the game. Just managed to be a really big difference, open a really big difference for them.
It was kind of a game of the mid laners, right? At first, Robothita carried the early game, and then Leo Style came back, and he's like, nope, I'm the better mid laner, and that's exactly what happened. We're going to see, though, what our panel has to say. We're not going to see what our panel has to say. We're going to keep talking, Rayuur, because our panelists, always ready, they're racking their brain about what could have possibly gone.
Okay.
What? Okay, I don't know how to cover for that. One of our panelists had the boom treatment, and his power went out. So we can go to a panel just with me and Lilith. That'd be fine. It's okay. I can just talk to Lilith. It's all right. Hey, Lilith.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah. When it rains, it pours, as they say. So we're trying to get an interview here with Lava. They're already helping us out, so we're most likely going to be able to talk to them soon. But Lilith, tell me what you thought about that game. I mean, did you think that was Lava? Did you think that was Balrog's game to lose, or did Lava do something there to really make a comeback?
I think after the Roche fight where Mars bought back and died again, right, and they got the Aegis, I feel like the game was very similar to the first game, where they had Aegis and they had control of the map, and they just choked a little bit. Honestly, just didn't know how to finish the game. They tried to go high ground in the top lane. Jug got speared back. He lost the Aegis. Meanwhile, Lifesteal was just hitting their tower mid, right? And then they TP back heroes. It was the same story from the first game. They TP back some heroes, then they lose like this Aegis thing. They lose their advantage, and after that, Lava's just outmaneuvering them on the map, right? If you look at the bottom sequence, what happened? They're like hitting the high ground. They get some kill. They get like this Lina kill, and props to Leo Style. I think he, after that buyback and Roche, I thought he was done, right? They tried to take that fight. It did look good for them, but they just missed some spells, didn't go their way. And then he bought back and died, but he ended up having a really good game. He made some really good item choices, right? He bought this Hex item, which is really, really good. You see a lot of Mars just buying Refresher, right? But he knows the importance of instantly disabling the target so they don't get to use their BKBs. And Jug doesn't get the spin, right? And then they got this Lina kill. Then after Lina dies once or twice, he buys this Aeon Disc item, right? His net worth is not really showing how strong he is. Maybe he has a Lincoln instead of this item. Is he a little bit stronger? But yeah, props to Lava for being the more experienced team, outmaneuvering them on the map, actually being, they actually know how to play the map and how to end the game. I feel like Balrogs missed that in this series, in both games. But it's something they can improve, though. It's very straightforward. I think they can just look at the replay, see what they did wrong. I think they played well up to that point. Just a small thing that, of course, it makes a really big difference, right? You need to be able to close out the game.
When you play at this high level, right, it's just that these small plays end up making the whole difference because you're playing against teams that are so experienced. I do want to ask you, though, about a different hero, not the Lina, but the Jug, because we haven't mentioned him at all, cast or panel or otherwise, because he had no impact, really. Was that really... I mean, I also think Ben is actually growing a really good carry. He played really good game 1 and game 2 as well. So is that just the hero? Was that Jug just looked bad that game? It didn't seem like he was impactful at all.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had a lot of impact. I'm not exactly sure the reason why. I felt like a lot of his Omni Slashes didn't really do anything. I feel like they also picked this Jug hero for the lane against the Viper and to hit the egg. And I feel like those things didn't really happen that much. Maybe they overthought this egg thing because they also had Lina. But
right.
I think he did have a strong impact until like 20-30 minutes, and after that I feel like he didn't really like cast the spells that well. I don't think it's a problem with the hero. I think the hero was decent that game, but it was just I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe he just wasn't his day on this hero. But the hero's obviously not OP, right? It's been not picked for a while, but
yeah. Yeah, I'm a big Jug hater. That's why I asked you as well. My Jug is your Tiny, right? What do you think of the build as well that he went for? Like this very like tanky build, SNY into Scotty. It did feel like he lacked a bit of damage into the mid game as well. Or do you think that was the right way to play the game?
Yeah, he did lack some damage. I think it also has to do with the way the game progressed. I think he had a couple deaths that hurt his game a lot. and Lifestealer ended up. You can say the same thing for Lifestealer, right? I don't think Lifestealer did any damage until like the end of the game.
Right. True.
He did have Desolator, but I feel like he didn't really do anything except hit towers until like at the end where he had like 6 slots. So,
right.
Jug is kind of weird. Like he does a lot of spin damage, right? He would just insta kill the Nyx every fight. That just wasn't enough, right? He just couldn't kill the Lifestealer. Lifestealer just had way too much armor. He bought the AC. Was a really good choice. And Jug, he just lacked the damage, of course, in the end.
Okay. Gonna have to see what one of the winning players thought as we have an interview with Moose live here. I gotta admit, I fucking love that guy. That was that guy is. I don't know if I want him as a Dota player as my president, but the philosophy, you know, he really. From every person I talked to in SA, I knew that Moose is that kind of person as well. Like he's very decided in his ideals. He has like very set ways of doing things, and they all admire him a lot for his discipline. And you kind of see it in the interview. So always wonderful to get to talk to those players.
Yeah. I was actually surprised. Like they actually stuck together after TI, even though it was such a disappointing performance for them. And they actually stuck together after the first season, after not going to the major, right? It's pretty nice to actually see them be together and actually like improve.
Yeah, it's hard to support a team like that, right? Like there's the underdog stories, and then there's these stories of people that just keep at it and they grinding through. It's the hardworking ones, you know. And I remember actually the first interview I got with Wu. Right after the TI thing, I was like, "Well, do you mind if I ask you about TI?" And I was like, "I'm gonna venture this question to see because you might still be salty about it." Answered with the most honesty, most like reflective answer you can imagine, and that's when I knew this team is gonna go somewhere. Because if the team is scared about talking about their failure, that's not good. But if they have reflected upon it and they're ready to move on, that is always the mentality. So yeah, if you guys support Lava, you guys should go check them out. They're starting to buff up their social media. You guys can check out their individual players currently on social media. I think for English speakers, you guys use Twitter, which these guys all do have. So yeah, look them up. They're really doing something special. Honestly, Dota players don't usually do, which is, you know, they usually disband, but not Lava. As we close this panel, sorry, usually we'd have some other person, but you've done a wonderful job. It's now that I don't want to see you anymore, but we do have another game to go to, and that's going to be Hokori versus Infinity Esports. Hokori is another org that, much like Lava, is very unique in that they've come from literally nothing, rags to riches, pulled themselves from their bootstraps, and they made it up to being mid-tier in SA, which is a really impressive feat. If they beat Infinity, they'll be able to tie Lava, which is a very big deal for them, as if there's any free slots, that third place is going to matter a lot. So please stay tuned as we wait for that Hokori versus Infinity Esports, and hopefully by then we have a full panel. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you once again, and see you guys then.